myself Dr. Priya. Welcome back to Dr. Priya's World. Now we will learn about the general feature of the upper end of the femur bone. Then the femur bone includes head, neck, greater trochanter, lesser trochanter, intertrochanteric line and intertrochanteric crest at the upper end. This is the head of femur bone. It is more than half spear. It articulates with the acetabulum and form a joint, that is hip joint. Then a rough pit is situated just below and behind the center of the head. This is the center of the head. Just below the center of the head, a pit is present which is known as fovea. Then the neck. Neck connect the head with the shaft. It is 3.7 centimeter. It has two borders and two surfaces. This is upper border and this one is lower border. It is concave. It form a cave shape, concave, and it is horizontal. It is straight and the oblique. It meet the shaft at the greater trochanter. It meet the shaft at the lesser trochanter. Then two surfaces. This one is the posterior surface and this one is the anterior surface. Anterior surface is flat and posterior surface is convex and concave side by side. Concave side by side. Then this anterior surface meet the shaft at intertrochanteric line and the posterior surface meet the shaft at intertrochanteric crest. It has a horizontal groove for the tendon of obturator externus. Then the greater trochanter. It is quadrangular in shape. The upper border with the apex. It has three surfaces. This is the anterior, lateral and the medial. Anterior is rough, lateral has oblique ridge, and on the medial side it has a rough impression and a deep trochanteric fossa. Then the lesser trochanter. It is conical, directed medially and the backward. Then the intertrochanteric line, this one. Intertrochanteric line present on the anterior surface. It begins from the anterior superior angle up to the lesser trochanter and continue below with the spiral line on the posterior surface. Then the intertrochanteric crest. It is present on the posterior surface and it begins with the posterior inferior angle up to the lesser trochanter. It has a elevation in the middle which is known as quadrate tubercle. Then neck and the shaft angle. The normal neck and shaft angle is 125 degree. If it extend from 120 degree or 125 degree, it is known as coxa valgus, and if it is below the 120 or 125 degree, then it is called coxa vara. Angle of torsion is 15 degree. Then the shaft. The shaft is divided into three parts: upper 1/3, middle 1/3 and the lower 1/3. Then at the upper 1/3, 4 border and 4 surfaces is present. At the middle, 3 border and 3 surfaces, and at the lower, 4 border and the 4 surfaces. Medial and lateral border or surfaces is common in all the parts. We have to learn only 2 or 1 surface or a border. At the upper 1/3, medial border, lateral border, then this one is spiral border, and from this side lateral lip of the gluteal tuberosity. It has 4 surfaces: medial surface, lateral surface, anterior surface and the posterior surface. Then the middle 1/3. It has 3 border: medial, lateral and the posterior, which is also known as linea aspera, and has three surfaces: medial, lateral and the anterior surface. At the lower one third, it has four surfaces and the four border: medial border, then the lateral border, then this one is the medial supracondylar line, this one is the lateral supracondylar line. Then the surfaces: medial surface, lateral surface, anterior and the popliteal surface. Then the lower end. Lower end has two condyle. This one is the medial and this one is the lateral condyle. Lateral condyle is flat laterally. It is flat laterally and take part in transmission of weight, body weight to the tibia. It is less prominent than the medial. Medial condyle is more prominent. It has a prominence. This one is a prominence that is known as lateral epicondyle, and just below the lateral epicondyle the gluteal grooves is present. At the anterior surface it is deeper, and at the posterior surface it is shallower. Then the medial condyle. Medial condyle is, this one is convex. It is more prominent, which is known as medial epicondyle. It has a tubercle, and which is more important landmark. Then the articular surface. Patellar surface at the anterior surface of both the condyle. Here it is patellar surface, and the tibial surface. Tibial surface inferior and the posterior surface of both the condyle, and in between two condyle there is interfossa or a notch which is present posteriorly.